Welcome back. You're watching In Time TV's On the Edge Conversations in Medical Sciences Research. With me this next half hour is Mr. Kevin A. Johnson, and we are going to be talking a little bit about the modeling of innovation, strategies, and implementation of innovation. In past shows, we've talked about the business of innovation. We've talked about the acceleration of innovation from the bench to the bedside, as far as the facilitation of small companies, biotech startups, and things like that. We've talked about a little bit about patent law. We've talked a little bit about the FDA and the approval process of various things, fundraising for innovation, and we last time talked about translational medicine, the traditional disconnect between the bench scientists and the clinicians, and the need for us to have more of a synergy, more clinicians actually going to the laboratory and understanding the scientific process, and more laboratory bench scientists going to the clinic to work side by side with the end users, the physicians and their patients. However, less obvious is how we begin to innovate ourselves as creators. And this is where we're going to pick up the conversation with Kevin today. Kevin is a creative catalyst and life coach who provides strategies for organizational, professional, and personal development. His experience ranges from public relations and internet marketing to product development and multimedia, from large companies to the independent professional, small businesses, and not-for-profit organizations. A few of his larger clients are the State of Michigan, Motion Marketing Media Agency, Bolin Enterprises, Star Commonwealth Schools, and Salter McNeil and Associates. Since 1996, he has been a trusted advisor to hundreds of businesses and associations on topics ranging from interactive marketing and to organizational, professional, and personal development. Kevin's unique offering of high-tech and high-touch marketing savvy, strong gift for strategic planning, and unconventional creativity has sparked a growing national demand for his insight. He also serves on the board of directors for Chicago's MPACT Theater Group, that's MMPACT, Safe Haven Teen Outreach Center of Atlanta, Georgia, and he volunteers as an advisor to the Taproot Foundation, as well as other youth initiatives and not-for-profit organizations. Welcome to the program, Kevin.
Thank you for having me, Jonas.
So wonderful to have you. I do want to understand a little bit about how your processes can benefit the innovator, or the scientist or clinician, the technologist who has ideas but is not able to make those ideas go from the brain to the page, and then from the page to the marketplace. This is a process that's not necessarily well understood or appreciated, and I don't believe it's an intuitive process.
Well, it's not intuitive because we haven't been conditioned to allow the process to take place. The idea of innovation is a very natural idea. It is a simple process. It's the art of allowing a new value to come out of something that we already have. And companies do it, individuals do it. Sometimes we're unconscious that we're doing that type of work, but it's in every one of us to be able to look inside and see something new and something valuable in something we already have. You see it in reality shows, you see it in the home makeovers, you see it in the personal makeovers and the extreme makeover shows that are coming out right now. We're seeing how easy it is, if you take a different perspective on an old subject, to draw something new out of something that already exists.
I can understand, for instance, how this process that you work through with your clients might benefit someone in industry, or who's a startup business or something like that. What about a scientist? What's peculiar to scientists and physicians that make them appropriate candidates for this kind of process?
Well, they have different barriers to entering a new market. They have different barriers to getting their ideas into the right audience. They probably face more bureaucracy. They probably face a little bit more validation process, as they go through their process of research, they'll have to be a little bit more critical of their own work before they share it with others, and they'll need someone to champion them through that process, someone to sponsor them once they get to a certain level of creation, to the point where now they can present it to a larger audience that might be able to take it to market. So for the medical community, the process of innovation really relies on the same principle, but a different, maybe a different praxis of implementation. So what they're going to have to do is not just, I'll just cut to the chase with the process.
All right.
Each person is a poet. You're a creator. You're someone who looks at a situation, does critical analysis, asks questions, tries to understand what are the key issues here, am I asking the right questions about this particular challenge. Then they move into understanding what those pains are. And these are all human issues. We all have the desire to create something. But then there's also a recognition of what is hurting. And many products that we see on the market today are the direct result of a pain that someone identified. And often it's not the manufacturer that identifies the pain. It's the end user that screams and says, I really need this. Please somebody make it for me.
And in this case, that may be the physician or the patient.
That creates a new implement in the shower so that someone's not scrambling around in the shower if they're physically impaired, or a new device for the eye that allows them to see more effectively. Experimenting with new technologies in delivering medicine, actually the gentleman that was just on talking about how they monitor the delivery of services and make sure those processes are efficient. There's innovations available in all those areas. It's just a matter of looking and seeing what are the problems that we're encountering, and then recreating them. Recreating the situation so that we deconstruct what's causing the pain, and then recreate, and I like to call it play, because it's the process of recreation, and recreating that solution in a way that is better and delivers more value than it did before.
And we're going to pick up on that. We're going to go to a commercial break. Right after the break, we'll be talking to Mr. Kevin Johnson. We are talking about the innovation process, internalizing it. I'm Dr. Jonas Moses. You're watching On the Edge, Conversations in Medical Sciences Research. We'll be right back.